awesome trip as usual? Life is good. Traveling through outer space in these genetic spacesuits. Oh man, this is good. So you almost ready to roll?
Yeah, I think some more people will come, but we can get started if you'd like.
Yeah, because you put me in the car, I'm ready to drive. Everybody be like, wait, all aboard?
Where are we going to go?
Oh man, we'll figure out something. We'll just go with the flow. Oh man. All right, good to see everybody here. It's good to be here. Shayna. All right, here we go. Well, you got it good. The last place I was at, his name was Sergio, and I was calling him Cereal. So I said Sergio. I was like, oh, I got it. All right, here we go. And it's good that she invited me up here, so this is good. I was in Los Angeles, but I'm actually teaching a Breatharian message all around the world. You know, to Israel, then to India, Egypt, all these other places through Europe. And it's all about an education. And I met Akai here, 2015, we was in San Francisco, and they had the first Pranic Festival in the U.S.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was powerful.
And that's kind of like when people on Prana really got together to start working together. And then ever since, that's what's been taking place around the planet instead of people being scattered. So that right there strengthened the matrix. And from 2015 to now, you can easily get on the internet and find all types of information dealing with what? Breatharianism, living on prana, irritarian, anything you want to call it. Fasting is big right now. Intermittent fasting. All this information is dealing with this subject matter. So this is a good age we live in. This is the golden age. Now I remember Jasmine Heen, any of y'all know her or heard of her?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they call her the mother of the Western prana. Now, why did they say that? Well, it was through her works and certain books that she put it out there with the 21-day process on you can actually live off of prana. So she kind of made it more solid. That was the first book I ran into over 20 years ago. So those of you who don't know me, I'm Elitom El-Amin, and I've been on this pranic path for 2 decades now. That's like my birthday. Look, I've been to 2 decades. I ain't no baby breatharian. No, I love this. Right. And see, there's many degrees and stages. I went through the baby stages. Oh, I want to stop. Keep putting it down, teenage stages, and then pretty soon you grow up and get stronger into it. Now, what do we mean by that? Stronger into the energy as it grows. Now, this is a good group because every group I have is different, and I can tell that everybody knows something about energy work, channeling. And that's why I'm calling this what? Breatharian Reiki. Good title for it. Right. Because sometimes we can be doing something and we don't really know the significance on how far it can go. This is something, because when Reiki first came out, now Reiki, y'all can correct me if y'all want to, that's a Japanese word, and it originated this style from Japan. But they're not the only culture that had different energy systems working with healing energy, you understand? However, when that came to the West, just to go through an attunement class was $10,000, if not more. But with something that's what? Rare, it's usually more expensive. The more it gets out there and more people start knowing about it, that's when the price start coming down. So luckily when I got attuned, it was $100 for the week. Right. Oh man. But that's how knowledge increases, and we're in a good age because we're in an age of information. It's coming so fast that the politicians can't even keep up with it. That's the truth, both externally and internally. And this breatharian knowledge is ancient, but just like a lot of things, it's re-resurrecting itself. Because even though we got that name Reiki coming from Japan, it's been around a long time, you understand? But it's coming into this system now, and now we're learning like Vipassana meditation, that resurrected. The Kabbalah, that made a resurrection. And we got a lot more information now where we don't have to be spooky with things. Because we got this critical thinking or a scientific mind where we can bring it from what? Myth to reality. So it's the same with living on prana. There was a time it was hard to try to describe it. Well, I'm just being sustained by God. We looking around, which one? Being sustained by love. And I'm like, man, I don't even know what love is. I only love somebody when they doing what I want them to do. It's like a water faucet. You turn it off when they don't do what you want them to do. So what did that mean? I starve? When I stop loving? All right. Open up your heart. What does that mean? And I'm really trying to make it open. Open. Right. But now we came a long way on the process. It's crystal clear. Because we're working with these cosmic forces, this cosmic energy hitting the earth, right? Now the next step is self-knowledge. Everybody's living in these forces. We're connected to it. Self-knowledge. Now that's amazing for those of you who deal with Reiki, how somebody can come along and give you an attunement, a transmission of energy from one person to another to upstart them, and it never leaves you. But before that Reiki hit you, that Reiki energy, you ain't have a clue what it was about. And after you was got attuned that day, you was playing with it all day. You was a master all of a sudden. Right. And you were in your own right. However, you can make it grow. It don't need to stop from there. This is awesome. So now the breatharian knowledge had upgraded itself so deeply, it's the same thing. Down the same avenue. You're getting an attunement straight with the cosmic energy. This is heavy, ain't it? All you got to do is allow it, let it happen. And those last programs we had, that's just what they were. Because 1 minute, one food is good for you. White rice is good for you. It does this, does that. The next minute they come on and say, it's no bad, it's good, it's bad. Right? And it happens constantly. But when you deal with the cosmic energies, it'll give you the right amount of what you need, and that's it. Just like charging up like this cell phone. Once it gets to 100%, you can keep it there on the plug all you want. It's not going to move no more. That's it. So use the energy. That's what we're talking about. It's an energetic relationship. We're using energy and gaining energy. But we must keep the flow going. That's what it's dealing with. Because people get sick because of blockages. We know this as energy healers. Now let's get into the food deal. Now, I'm not really going to teach you nothing new. I'm just going to remind you of things you already know, and all you're going to do is add it to your game and up your game. I remember this one dude, we was in the Navy. He played basketball, but he only could dribble to one side. So it was easy to guard him, because once you figured it out, you just stand on that side and he was guarding him. He'll be stuck, he don't know what to do. All right. But the next season came about, he could dribble both sides. He was more of a threat. He upped his game. And then the next season, he got a jumper. Everybody was scared to guard him then. Before it was like, don't worry about him. But he added to his game. So the energetic level you at now, this breatharian knowledge, it has the power to up your game. Did I say that? Yeah. You think you'd be healing clients now, all like this, you'd be way across the room. They think you over there. You'd be probably drinking tea, looking out the window. Right. You're working with energy. That's what you up your game. One woman who was in Israel, she was like, every time I want you to heal me and stuff. So she was standing there like this. And I didn't even do nothing. I was just standing there and she was like, boy, I feel so much better. Whatever you did, I didn't even think about it. It didn't matter. It's the energy. We all in synergy. And the more you attune yourself, you're automatically healing everybody else. That's how it works. So that's why we're changing the world right now, just by being here. This is a gathering. It's the ancestors right now, all together. Whoa. And see, when we look at some of these pictures, you know, the different people, the saints, and in these pictures, we look at them as beautiful pictures. It's beautiful, ain't it? But this is a schematic or a diagram showing us something. They're relaxed, energy's flowing, and automatically is breaking up blockages. These people are in tune with the higher forces. And the more they get attuned, that's where their life is what? At a high state of consciousness. Now, this word consciousness, It used to scare scientists. But all of a sudden, you look on YouTube and the internet, that's where they're going next. They saying it's the final frontier. And it is. They got a book out now, I think I brought it up, over the last 2 decades. They've been working on how the brain works. So they upgraded. This book costs $800. See, most books we get now are what? I bought a good book, $10, $20, $30. Now this is $800. This is upgrade you. And the thing about that book, all the colleges ain't got it yet. See, that's how knowledge comes. It comes in levels and degrees. Some people get information first, others don't. So when I was in Ohio and I found out about food freedom, I was the only person in my area. So everybody was looking at me crazy. You done lost your mind. They ready to go what? Lock me up somewhere and put a straitjacket on me. Right, that's what we had to go through. But now, 2 decades later, I went through there not too long ago. Now I'm doing conferences just like this. Knowledge increased. Everybody's worried about what they're eating, worried about their health. Because breatharianism is a health message. Nothing different from it. Now, I did a class not too long ago dealing with health. We really went into the definition. All it was dealing with was what? Homeostasis, which is harmony, balance, holy. That's where we get the word holistic from. See, we made it into a religion. I'm holy. What does that mean? You're whole. You're complete. Everything's up and running smoothly. And the organism shouldn't get sick. That's what we're dealing with. So now since we get this information, we're taking it from myth to reality, and to be able to be food free, you understand? You're just going to look at your life where it's at and where to what? Tune up these energies that you feel that there's a problem. Little tweaking here and there. And see, that don't mean the whole system is bad. See, there could be one part of the system that's messing up the whole system. Do we get this? So that's why food freedom, most people that jump in it, they only think about the food part. They put tape in their mouth. I'm never going to eat again. They'll go through some problems, all right? We're not talking about that. You're getting fed from so many sources. You're getting fed from people. You can have a good conversation with somebody and get fed. You can be fed off of doing a project that you really love to do. That's it. And then when stress come about, you feel like what? It leads you to get something externally because you need some type of comfort. That's what we're dealing with. And most people eat because of what? Emotional and boredom. Now, I said one time, that if you're a boring person, you might have some problems. You got to learn to do something with this energy. It's going to pick itself up. That's why I know how to do all types of things. Crochet, paint, sew. I had a lot of time on my hands. Doing all this stuff, making music, I would have never thought of it. But because if your health improves, you're going to sleep less. If your health improves, your mind is going to get more creative because everything's coming online. You'll be thinking of things you never thought you'll do before. I'm doing all types of things. I'm about to go to Mount Shasta in a few and go yodel. As soon as I get to the top, oh. But this is awesome to be here again. And it's good to be in Akai. I'm so glad. Come on up here. It's awesome.
I'm happy to be here too, bro.
And we're about to do a summit soon.
Yes, we're going to start on the 20th of January. We start with an international summit. We have already 6 people, 6 Breatharian teachers from all over the world gathering. It's going to be an online event. We have Ray, we have you, we have Nicholas, Camila, myself, and Audra.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us are going to deliver the full content to kind of realize to the humanity how Breatharianism helps grow, how we all have reached new levels, and how it's manifesting in different ways through all of us, so that we can share with you guys like a more comprehensive, big picture of how it can manifest in any one of us, because it's not the same for everyone. Everyone experiences panic living in a different way. So by bringing different perspectives, we all can understand that we can also accept our own way to allow that transmission to take place.
Absolutely. And that's the Breatharian Summit.
Yes, that's Pranic Lifestyle Summit.
Now this is good too, because here I am in California, right? He's in California. Now I got to give California credit. When it does come to popularize something all around the planet, this is the place to come. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's why yoga got famous. India ain't made it famous, they came to California. Once they got a hold of it, they know how to package it. I started from the East Coast of America. You know, they was trying. You know, I come out here, everybody, as soon as I jumped in the car, I was hitchhiking up there in the mountains. The guy was like, what you going to do? I'm going to go up there and meditate. Good, I meditate too. But don't you know I don't eat meat? And like I said, I'm in the right place. Everywhere I go. It don't matter. Uber drivers, everything. Everybody working with energy.
Yeah.
So I'm in the right place. We're about to blow it up. It's going to be all over the planet.
And where did you say the conference is going to be?
It's called the Pranic Lifestyle Summit, and it is the 20th of January. It's a worldwide event, but it's online, so you can sign up
It's online.
and receive the emails with all the lectures and the workshops, and we'll be sharing with you guys.
This is awesome. Now, check this out. When I ran into food freedom, the journey actually started before then. See, sometimes you could be on a journey, it just didn't become clear or what you're doing or where you're going. That somebody come along, because they do say what? When the student is ready, the teacher will come. But there's another saying says, all right, when the student is ready, when the teacher is ready, the student will come. So it'll go vice versa.
Yeah.
So there was years I had to get myself together to even teach. Had to go through some things, learn some things, so it could be more concrete. But at the same time, I ran into this is why I know it's a health message, a holistic health message. Now many people say, well, they already got holistic medicine, holistic health. People just grab bits and pieces of it. Just because they eat a salad every day. I'm a holistic person. But it's more than that. It's talk about the totality of your life, down to your livelihood, your family situation, the people you meet. All of this is a holistic lifestyle. Everything is nourishing you. It has the ability to nourish you or pull energy from you. Just like feng shui. Any of y'all ever heard of that? Just by rearranging the furniture in a room changes the quality of your life. That's powerful, ain't it? So we're being stimulated by external forces all the time. That's why a drug is a thing. It's anything that alters the body or the mind. So that means you got to choose your drugs wisely. You got beach therapy, right? That's a drug. Once it alters you and make you cool down, you just did something to alter you. Different teas is a drug. Some will cool you down, make you feel good. A pitcher, going to the waterfall. You get what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle. So the body by its nature always seek healing. So now you're just coming in alignment to let it to heal itself. In other words, we're getting out of the way. Now, what really got me on this journey, I used to be a minister in the church, believe it or not. So I'm sitting there and learned some good qualities because I love working with people. You understand? But one thing that was the doctrine I was in, the body didn't mean nothing. You got to wait, do good till you get to the by and by. But as I started dealing with my ministries, my body's hurting. Wait a minute. Oh, don't worry about it. But wait. So now I go to the scriptures to try to heal me. Okay, not putting it down or nothing, but I'm really believing now. But even though I'm doing all this praying for healing, my habits didn't change. After I'm praying, I'm eating the chicken saying, well, still a pain here. Maybe I ain't believing hard enough. That was the ignorance. Until it came to me, you're being evicted out of your body. My habits is causing this. So on that journey, what did I do? Sincere in heart, somebody came to me one day, won't you leave the meats alone? It made sense to me, you're desperate. So now I became a vegan. But the way I became a vegan was, I went to the store one day, I was getting all these canned goods, anything that didn't have meat in it. You know, the straight beans, the corn, that's the level of knowledge I was at. But due to the sincerity, there was still health improvements. You left something alone more denser. You came into something more light. Weight began to lose. Blood pressure began to get online. Started to feel good about myself. So then I met a vegan community. Learned more about it. Now I really learned what veganism was. I started learning really about the alchemy of foods. Listen how I use that now. Food is great knowledge. Food can either be your medicine or it could be your worst nightmare. And that's what we're dealing with. And when we look at the preventable health situation in America, it's mostly all food related. People are abusing the lower energies. So when you deal with the breatharian journey, I'm not teaching you how to, not eat. First, I'm teaching you how to eat and understand what you're dealing with, and you're going to eat your way to food freedom. That's awesome, man. Takes off all that stress. You ain't got to put the tape on your mouth now. Man, makes it good. But see, that's what it's about. In the past, it was about no pain, no gain. Everybody had that mentality when it comes down to work, spirituality, beating up on themselves, all of this stuff. But now, since we get this influx of information, it's about brains, no gain. Got to go learn some things, get some knowledge. Knowledge is power. And what we said earlier, if you're equipped with the right knowledge, working with these cosmic forces, you will be successful, health-wise. That's what we're talking about. Now, here he is in this new year of 2020. There's many people making these New Year's resolutions. And I hope people fulfill them. But, usually when you deal with the masses, about a week or two within it, the resolution is off. But hopefully we're going to keep everybody motivated. That's what we got to do. We got to motivate each other and also motivate ourselves with that inward voice so that we can complete these goals. Because one thing I talk about when I give the retreats and the workshops, I keep talking about this consistency. You stay consistent, working with these energetic forces, that's where the success comes in at. If you don't, we're going to be back into the old habit again. So that's how you get to really reprogram the subconscious body, which is our mind. This is getting good, ain't it? So anyway, as my health began to improve, I didn't know nothing about food freedom. But I started to learn more about foods. So I started learning more about live and raw foods, foods without cooking them, dealing with the enzymes, growing in the sunlight, having the energy. So I learned more about that, and I went more into that diet. I started learning more about fasting, cleaning out the body. All of this started adding on, not all at once. And my life kept improving. Then last but not least, I started learning about meditation. So it was a group out on Lake Erie Beach once a week. But I drove way there, an hour drive. I wanted to find out more. And ain't nobody teach me, and I just looked at everybody and just did what they did. Right. But I felt so good to be there. That's all it was about. Didn't understand what was happening. I felt good to be there. And as I'm driving back, I'm like, I just got finished meditating. Right. So I learned about meditation, but that sparked something. I wanted to find out more about energy work. And guess what I ran into? Reiki. That's where it happened. And it was amazing. Went to my first little Reiki thing, and the guy what do you do this? And a nice little group there. He had tuned me. I don't know what he was doing. I'm like this. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I could feel my own energy. That's where it started. So then I went further into it. You learn the symbols, learn the rest of the stuff, and it's like blowing my mind. So now I became an energy junkie. So now I ended up going to what? Any of y'all heard of Amanahuna? That's a healing technique from Hawaii. Because I believe Reiki, if I'm not mistaken, is more of a feminine energy. Amanahuna was more of a masculine. That's another energy system. And then I went with an earth energy teacher and learned the earth energy, which was the grounding. So I started to learn all three. Now, who's sensitive with energy? Here we go. Well, let me get her. Okay, just put your hand out. Now, this is Reiki energy. Mm-hmm. Okay, we feel how that feels. That's more of a feminine energy. Now, we'll break that channel. And see, it's all the same energy, it's just how it's being channeled through the body. Now, this is Amanahuna. Let's see, can we see the difference?
Feels lighter.
Different flow, same source, but it's how it's being channeled through the body. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to go through the earth energy. See how that feels.
That feels nice and grounding.
All three of them. And see, this is important because, like on his house, for instance.
Put them all together.
Right, we put them all together. Here we go.
That feels nice.
All together. Here they go.
Combination.
The combination. And see, that combination is important because just like this house, to get these lights to come on, you got the female energy, boom, the male energy, boom, and it has a ground in the house just for that light to work. Our bodies is the same way. Dealing with health, we need what? A healthy what? Male energy, female energy, and also to be grounded. Now, one of the best ways, I don't mean you got to go find no earth energy teacher, but they're telling you now, keep making that connection to the earth. There's an energy coming from it. So wearing the rubber shoes all the time when you're dealing with holistic health, yeah, that could kind of bother your health. So get used to taking off your shoes a little bit more and going outside. Whole different ball game to get that energy to run through the body. So we got the cosmic energies coming down. We always got the earth energies coming up through the body. Now why does it do that? Because our bodies is a good conductor of energy. That's what it does by its nature. It's carbon-based, just like a diamond, just like we go to a barbecue and we deal with the charcoal, that's trapped sunlight. So this body is designed to work with light. So that's why we keep hearing things in ancient times. Y'all the children of the sun. You the children of light. And you're like, well, it sounds so cute. But it's real. That's what you work with. Energetic forces, what else you work with? So everybody's working with energy, but again, it takes the self-knowledge for the one who what? That will really benefit from it. That making sense? So when I went on my journey on learning how energy works, I still ain't know nothing about Breatharian then. But my health improving, and now I'm working with energy, and I added diet with it. I'm fasting with it. So I'm out there, right? Feeling really good. I know it all. So one day I'm walking, about 80% live and raw, and this one girl said, well, there's people who don't eat. And I said, what? Boom, my head blew up for a while. I had to go get the pieces. Wait a minute. So back then, 20 years ago, I looked on the internet, and the only thing I could really find was Jasmine. So that's why they was calling her the mother from the West. And Willie Brooks, he was way back in the day, and I believe he did some interview back in the day that really sparked a lot of stuff. But it wasn't that much information like it is today. So I ordered that book, The 21-Day Process, Living on Light, reading it, but the one problem I had, I just got married, just bought a house, just started a new job. I'm sure they ain't gonna let me take 21 days off to go starve myself. The bills in the house aren't gonna say, stop, okay, you go through your process and we'll wait till you get back. That wasn't gonna happen, all right? So I'm feeling all sad, like, man, I can't be to do the process. But when I thought about it, one sentence that caught me in the book was, and as the vibration changes on the planet, there'll be other methods and there is other ways. That's all I need to hear. I said, man, all the changes I made on myself till now, I can pull that off. So I had to figure out my own plan. So I looked at the changes already made. Now, it used to be 190 before when I was eating everything, and my favorite food dish was what? Salisbury steak and gravy. That was it back then. So now, she started getting big. We had a good relationship. I was walking around holding it all on. So it was deep. So anyway, I made all these changes, so now I'm about 80% live and raw, fasting once a week. I'm exercising, doing all this good stuff for myself. No energy work now. So now I'm about holding 160 around that time. So now I've got this breatharian knowledge. How can I pull this off? Here we go. Now my fasting once a week, I want to go into that. See, I met this vegan community, but it was also a religious Hebrew community teaching a holistic lifestyle. So that's where I learned a whole lot. And so every Friday to Saturday evening, they went with no food and water, depending on your situation. So me being, gun-ho. I'm doing it all the way. Now, before I go on my 24-hour fast, here I go. I go to my favorite restaurant, get my favorite meal. I'm about to go 24 hours without no food, all right? And then when the fast was over, I was at that same restaurant to go get my favorite meal. But see, I was happy, at least, that I did the 24 hours. I was proud. I didn't know that other information about, when you come off a fast, come off lightly. I ain't come off lightly. I was like, give me my favorite meal. They knew my name. Keep it coming. All right. So, but I had a good time. So now I started getting more into meditation. And my first meditation that we'll go over today is called the microcosmic orbit. Again, I didn't have no teacher. I just kind of looked at it, bought a book, started doing it every day, and I was consistent. And right there, my energy levels started to go up and all this other good stuff. So just by off of that meditation and the fasting, I said, I'm ready to become a breatharian. I can do it. So I started my day. Boom. No food. I'm running all over the place. This is easy. Second day was easy. Boom. Flying colors. I'm like, why didn't they teach us this in school? Third day, I'm sitting there watching TV. I'm a breatharian. Right? So my teacher, not my teacher, my sister knocks on the door. She never comes over to my house, but now she wants to show up. So she's doing a fundraiser for the Girl Scouts. And they're selling those M&M chocolate candies. Whole big box of them. So she said, could I leave them at the house? And I said, why, sure. So if you leave a box there and I'm watching TV, talking about I'm a breatharian, I'm feeling real good, but I kept looking at the box of chocolates. Looking at TV, looking at the chocolates. And pretty soon I woke up in the morning and I got all these chocolates all over me. I'm like, oh man. And there was a trail of empty, wrappers going to the box. So I must have blacked out. It was deep. So that's when I realized that it's more than just a physical thing dealing with food. It's a mental thing. We're professional eaters. We're good at it. We've been doing it all our lives, and that energy got very, very strong by you doing repetition. Eating breakfast became repetitious. Lunch is repetitious. We even under the Pavlov effect. Lunchtime, you ain't even hungry. Your mouth start watering just like the dog, because you did it so much. Somebody ringing the bells. Lunchtime. That's what we're doing. So we fell into these habits and got trapped there. We're trapped in the energy. That's all we're dealing with. We're energy beings, and humanity got trapped at the lower vibration. So we're coming along now saying, wait a minute, we ain't got to be stuck at this vibration. We can up the vibration and be nourished differently. Now, that's not far-fetched now. In this day of age, to teach this is easy. See, 20 years ago, it was trying, learning. Now it's easy, because we got what? Tesla cars on the road now. We was when I was coming up here. There was one driving itself. Person sitting there reading a book. This ain't far-fetched, but this is where we at. If the external technology increased, also our internal technology increased. See, spiritual sciences are real, but we're here to make them real. Now, we don't need that word spirit now, not disrespecting it. We could turn it into energetic sciences. Now, the younger generation, they catch right on to this. Because all I'm doing is I'm giving you this information. I'm just giving you a download of a new application. You can download it. See, the last information you have, that's what it was, a download. If you don't eat, you die. You need to get this. You need this many calories. You need to do, that was a downgrade, a program, and we made it stronger, gave it strength, and carried it out. Because these are biocomputers, and when you get into certain knowledge like the Kabbalah, that's what they're saying. The human being is nothing but a program. And you got to go from program to program as you keep going from enlightenment to enlightenment. That's what we're doing. So you don't need to be stuck with the lower energies. Now there's something real important. When we look at the story of Buddha, he's sitting up under this tree. And then all of a sudden, all of these past things start coming up. And you start dealing with them. And then when you deal with them, he says it brings forth what? light into his being once he deal with those past traumas. Now that sounds familiar, don't it? That's Vipassana meditation, you could say, if we give it a name. Now I'm not saying that's what it was, but that's what happens when you sit there long enough, because your body held all that memory of not only what we did in our lives, also our ancestors. You could have a grandmother that went through a trauma, and you could be dealing with it health-wise right now. I was at one place where a woman was addicted to chocolate. Now, she's telling me this, and I thought I was addicted to chocolate. But she understands why she was addicted to chocolate. She said when they was growing up, her father, he had to have chocolate cake or something chocolate every day for dessert. And she's sitting right beside him. So that's how she's telling the story. So right now, addicted to chocolate, me and her was walking, and I was talking to her. She was right by me. Then pretty soon I was talking, and she went beside me no more. What happened to her? She was back there looking out the window at this chocolate store. So that's why I knew she was right. Thinking, should I get it? Shouldn't I get it? Shouldn't I get it? I'm like, no. Now, she got a son. He's grown. He's addicted to chocolate. See how that gene or that energy passed through? That's what we're dealing with. So a lot of things, we ain't had nothing to do with it. It was the state of consciousness that our parents was in when we were being conceived. A lot of that information got passed on, whether it was good or bad. But this is the good thing about it. We ain't got to keep it. The Breatharian journey is also doing shadow work, big time. Releasing past traumas to what? Bring more light into the body. Does this make sense? They go way beyond eating or not eating. I get people calling me all the time. I'm fasting, I'm on 7 days. Should I let go? Should I? And I'm like, if you got to ask me, don't let go. Should I eat this or eat that? If you got to ask me that, go eat it. Or you shouldn't have had to ask me. But it's more than that, the physical food part. Because everything is energy. We can see the denser energies, but we're dealing with energies in a gaseous state. Energies in a, liquid state. Energies in a more subtle frequencies like radio waves. We got our favorite radio station going through us right now. Your favorite song could be going through. You can't hear it until you get the right instrument that can interpret it for you. So our bodies that we have, these bodies, this is the greatest science and technology you have access to. Hands down. I appreciate Google as I was coming up here, giving me my directions, but every once in a while it made a little glitch, and my body had to figure it out. Oh, that way. Never let me down. And you become good. That's psychic abilities. All of us have it. We're opening these things up. See, because things will go dormant or have a tendency to due to you not knowing how to use it. Remember that movie Superman? He didn't know he had all those superpowers. He had to learn to use his powers. He didn't know what was wrong with him. He thought it was a bad thing. Hearing things, why do I hear that? Why can I see through walls? Until he find out, oh, you're Superman. This is how you control it. This is how you use it. So some of us going through that right now, learning how to use your powers. And some things are dormant in us due to living a life of eating. So that's why I recommend what? Eating yourself to food freedom, because there is truth with certain foods being your medicine or jump-starting certain things to open up in you. Is this making sense? Whoa! I ran into that when I became vegan. I was telling them the story how my head, my memory, I couldn't really remember stuff and what's going on. It's supposed to be a better diet. That's what they tell me, but I'm feeling bad. You know, sometimes we don't want to admit that. No, I'm feeling bad. Something's wrong. I ain't supposed to be feeling like this. So girls say, oh, drink some blackstrap molasses. For whatever, I ain't asked her what it's supposed to do. I'm desperate. I took it for 2 days and the symptoms stopped. So that showed that something external helped me, and it must have jump-started whatever it was because I didn't need to take it no more. And I could continue being a vegan. Is this making sense? So different levels of diet changes is stair steps to a bigger picture. You don't need to be stuck there. Because we see all the time food gurus who what? Put faith in something. And it worked for them. Nobody's arguing it to it get them there. When I became a vegan, I had health improvements. But to be stuck there and want to be a vegan now, I can't do that. I'd open up another door. That'd be bad news for me right now. I don't want to eat no gluten. I'll be all blocked up, feet will be all, but that's what level of knowledge I'm at. But for back then, it helped me get from one street to another. And then a person got to admit, even when you're at a certain level of knowledge, if you still, your body still got symptoms, it's basically telling you we could go further. We could tweak it a little bit. So that's why we see the last food gurus, who, whatever happened, no put down and no, disrespect. However, they should have felt or they knew something was wrong with that diet. But due to other things, this is my livelihood. I want to hold on to it. This is it. That's what people are going through. That's their own little thing. But being in communication with your body, it knows how to be food free. This is actually 100% mental. That's why meditation is the foundation. Now, when we deal with the mental mind, what is it? So when we think the mind, thinking, we're trapped here. But now when you start getting into the breatharian knowledge or holistic medicine, you're looking at my thought process. You're looking at my emotional body. You're looking at a spirit. It ain't somewhere else, it's right here. I'm looking at a spirit. Your energy beings, that's what you are, straight up light. Crystallized, you already got a light body. One guy came to my retreat. I'm about to get my light body, so I'm about to take it. And I'm looking at a light body. He ain't understand what he was looking at. So words can make you blind if you don't know what you're working with. So you got all the tools in the universe in this room right now. The 3 ingredients of the universe is right in this room. We got physical matter. We got energy. The lights. And we got space. 3 ingredients. And everywhere you go, you live in it. You always been, and you never been out of it. You always been in some type of physical matter around you. Energy's always around you and in you, and space. You're traveling through space right now in these genetic spacesuits. And when you look outside, it looks like, it is a beautiful day, ain't it? But there's a thunderstorm that's taking place. Cosmic energy is bombarding the planet, giving life to everything, animating it. So this is why it takes self-knowledge. Once you understand this is taking place both day and night, this thunderstorm of energy, it is so powerful it's coming through the roof. You just got to align yourself, that's what they mean. Where the body by its nature will take it on, and you become a walking meditation. So meditation is the foundation of the breatharian journey, but you're going to take it from a practice, every day at such and such time to such and such time I meditate, to where it's your whole life. It's a feeling state. That's what they mean, your 6th sense. So when I'm walking down the street, there was a time I walked down the street, I'm just thinking about point A to point B. Now when I'm walking down the street, I can feel the ground. I can feel my body. I've worked on it so much, I'm in tune, I'm in alignment. The energy's already flowing. Anytime I can pick up the energy. The sun is touching everybody, but you can get the energy from the sun. That's all the breatharian is, you're getting more educated on how to work with the forces. The energy's already coming from the earth. Now you're educated, you're aware of it. Let it come through you. Relax. That's all you got to do. Now we're going to do something real good. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we do that, we'll do some Qigong meditation. But who's a good, strong reader? Da-na-na-na. Don't worry, my handwriting is good. Anybody want to read?
I can read it.
Oh, perfect. Now, we was throwing around that word, Reiki.
Okay.
And Reiki is basically, and as you're reading, there'll be times I'll stop you too,
Okay.
like I'll jump straight in, and then you can pick up from there. So,
Just let me know when to start.
but Reiki is, now that's a word, right? Since most of y'all are familiar with it. Now we're gonna change the word. This is the Reiki definition. But listen at this, how I'm gonna say it. This is the breatharian definition. It's the same thing. Read it.
Reiki definition is a healing technique based on the principle that the therapist can channel energy into the patient.
There we go. It's the principle that the therapist can channel energy into the patient. You can channel energy. You got that power. You don't even need to know Reiki to do that. We all do it. Anybody heard of the green thumb? They got a green thumb. Every time they work with plants, they come out good. That person ain't know nothing about Reiki. They channeling energy. Healing hands. People in the church will do that. So it's the principle, not a belief, that a person can channel energy into a patient, another person. All right.
By means of touch.
By means of touch.
To activate the natural healing processes of the patient's body.
There we go. To activate the natural healing processes of the patient's body. So that's why they say you really can't heal nobody. A person heals themselves. So what you're doing, you're just channeling the energy to a person so their body can naturally heal itself. Ain't that what they said? Did I have it wrong?
Let's see.
Wow! All right, keep reading. And that's the Breatharian journey.
Okay. I forget where I left off, but let's see. Of the patient's body, okay, and restore physical and emotional well-being.
And restore the physical and emotional well-being. They go hand in hand. Some people say, my emotions is bad. Well, go do something with your physical body. Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, it do. You go exercise and start getting healthier, it'll change your emotions the way you think it. Hands down. See, we don't want to split it up through this language we got. Mental body, emotional body. What is that other one? What did I say? Physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body. We don't want to split them up. But it's all one body. That's what holistic medicine is talking about. You got to make it all whole again. So if the emotions is messing up, there's something going on with the physical body. There's a blockage there. So that's why the Reiki healer got to come along to help your emotions, to help the physical body. So why is that a breatharian definition? Because instead of getting attuned from a regular person, you're going to get attuned by the cosmic energy that's hitting us already. You got the information now. Hands on. I just did a video saying that this is the mouth of God. You remember when you was a baby, it was real soft up here, little babies? Energy is still coming here through your thalamus, your crown chakra, the seventh. But it dictates on how much energy come in or how much the vessel is cleaned out. Oh, did I say that? Yeah, I did. So this is what we're dealing with now. That's the Reiki definition. That was all of it?
Yes, and now it's benefits.
Now it's the benefits of this. Now listen at this. All right, this is a breatharian journey.
One of the greatest Reiki healing benefits is stress reduction and relaxation.
Now what do that sound like? One of the greatest benefits is stress reduction and relaxation. So when we was talking about Buddha, when he got those traumas out of him, that relieves stress. Once you relieve stress, energy comes into the body, light. It flows. This making sense? Food causes stress. Some foods are more stressful than others on the body. Did I say that? Yeah. So that's the breatharian message. It's to one of the greatest benefits of being a breatharian, you're just learning how to live a stress-free life on all levels. So you can be nourished, so you can be healthy, and so you can live. You're in harmony with everything. And when it comes down to electromagnetism, you magnetize things just like a genie. No hard effort, because you're connected with everything. The bigger picture. Yeah, you are. That's why with our pineal gland, it gives off a hormone called serotonin. It's activated. All of us is bringing off that hormone serotonin, put it into the blood, because the sun is out. When the sun leaves and the moon comes out, whether if you see it or not, it doesn't matter. Your body ain't even going to tell you. That same pineal gland is going to let off a hormone called melatonin and start putting it into the blood. You already hooked up to the cosmos. You ain't got to try to be. Nobody can keep you from it. That is you. That's why on one level they say, you create your own reality. This is my imagination. This is me. All I see is a reflection. Whoa. You got a mirror. You got a big mirror. Oh, right here. Oh, here we go. I love playing with this. Can't y'all see yourselves? These hands now. Yeah. And see, it wasn't you looking in there, but as you look in there, all it's doing is reflecting back to you, but everybody there is coming from the same source. See, he's the source of his reality. And he's looking at the reflection that's coming back, looking through one single mirror. This is a single mirror, but it got all these reflections. Bam, bam, bam. That's what we're doing with one energy source. Oh man, this is getting good. So we mix up duality at times. All it is a thought process to know what's happening. You're connected with everything. So you got to train yourself to start thinking like that. What I need to eat an apple for if I'm connected to all the forces? This is what we're getting at. That's how you start thinking. Whoa. It's a whole thought process. In this science class, they told us it's nothing but molecules put together, and they're spinning so fast and make our brain is making us think it's solid, but molecules don't touch. We learned that, didn't we? The body the same way. So why is one hologram going to sustain another one? That don't even make sense, do it? But that's a game we playing, a program. Oh man, this is good, ain't it? So you got to learn to think differently. It's 100% mental, 100% perception. And she said the key word, stress reduction, is the main benefits of Reiki and relaxation. Now this is why I say meditation is the foundation. Because all meditations, I don't care where they at, as soon as you start a meditation with a group or by yourself, what do? Get in a relaxed, comfortable position. That's it. I don't care what meditation. You relax, get comfortable. It could be chanting, it could be visualization, it could be any type of meditation. Because as soon as you relax, the electrons that's in the cosmic energy in the atmosphere, the electrons coming up from the earth, this is a good conductor of energy in the middle, it start automatically going up and breaking up blockages. So we still feel a pain in the body wherever it's at. That's just a blockage of energy. You can move it. You put it there. Who put it there? That's what happened. So that's why back in the day, this is where we at now. This is awesome, ain't it? Self-empowerment. This is what it's dealing with. So it's an awesome thing on the breatharian journey, to eat very little or none at all. It is a skill that can be developed. That's what it is, a skill. Now, what do we mean by very little? You might say, well, I know people who don't eat that much. No, we ain't talking about that. You can pick it up if you want to for the experience, or you can lay it down and don't need to pick it up no more. Now, the average person is stuck in a cycle where they have to. I'm feeling hungry and all this other stuff because they haven't crossed over yet. But a breatharian learned the skill. Now, as I was on my path, I was raising my son at the time. Now, food brings family together. Now, listen at this. Let's act like it don't. Right. So I decided to eat every other weekend with him. That's a breatharian. So we think it's all or nothing. No, it ain't. Now, every other weekend, didn't that just break medical science? Every other weekend, that's easy. Oh, did I say that? That's easy now, look. Right. But that already broke it. Now, when I mean every other weekend, believe me, I took advantage of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was the cool down. And my mind was like, your body's like a little kid. As it's going through the week, I say, yeah, this weekend you get to eat. For real? Yeah, what do you want? It's already thinking. That's all it's thinking about. And when it gets used to that new cycle, that's what it's doing. But those memories when you're raising a family, you can't get those memories back. It brings people together. It's a skill. Now, once he got a little older one day, well, Dad, I don't want to hang with you this weekend. I'm going to be with my friends. I'm like, oh. Now I get to take my game to another level. You understand? So once he got grown, he's on his own now. Now I can live the fullness of his life. Not eating, not drinking, and all this other stuff. You ain't affecting everybody else. Because some people try to break away too fast, you understand? And what they created is that, boundary. You don't need to do that. Just take your time. One thing happens is evolution. Evolution means change. Change is guaranteed. It will happen. This is awesome, ain't it? Man. Now, stress and relaxation. That's the whole goal of Reiki. That right there is the whole goal of Breatharianism. You're already on the path. That's awesome, ain't it? You was on a path you didn't know about. Where am I going? I'm on some type of path. You're on a Breatharian path. All right, somebody got to tell you. Now we're going to read what does it say next? The 11 benefits.
It says which triggers the body's natural healing abilities, immune system, aids in better sleep, and improves and maintains health.
So just by stress and relaxation, let's go back there one more time, it aids in the body's immune system. That's why Breatharianism is a health message. Down the line, it's a holistic health message. You should get healthier. That's how you know.
Okay.
Whoa. Now we're going to read the 11 benefits.
Okay. Number one.
This is what Breatharianism will do for you.
Number one is it promotes harmony and balance.
Harmony and balance. Why shouldn't it? Because you're channeling energy. It's already a given. It's already here. It's going through you regardless, but it's people's habits that's blocking it up. You got to figure out what your habits are. Which ones is causing problems. Which ones to straighten out. I was just in LA, some woman just got rid of one of her attendants because he was causing stress. And she said as soon as he left, the whole energy of the house changed. That's the Breatharian message. We ain't look at her like that. She started getting nervous. Before it was making her all, she's gone now. That's what it is. It promotes harmony and balance.
Number two, it creates deep relaxation and helps the body release stress and tension.
Deep relaxation again. So you start living once you understand the stress is the problem, there's good stress, but we'll talk about that. But once stress is the problem, you start living a life of relaxation. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, I'm always smiling and relaxing somewhere, huh? I'm living a life in heaven. There you go again. Right. Oh, man. What else should it be? This is heaven. What's going on? I was at this one place with someone, I was in Hollywood, and she said, here we go with those conversations. The world is bad. The world is bad. I said, what are you talking about? We're right here in the world. Ain't nothing going on bad. She looked around. Yeah, you're right. Who told you that? It was right here. So we got to purge these thought processes again and take off the stress, take off the negativity, so that we can have what? Better health. That's nourishment. Now, what's the next one?
Dissolves energy blocks and promotes natural balance between mind, body, and spirit.
Here we go. Dissolve energy blocks. So when I was eating the Salisbury steak, all right, it was all fun and games till somebody got hurt. And I was the one that got hurt. Stomach started getting bigger, it was holding on me too much. So then, right, I had to dissolve that relationship with that particular food. It didn't mean I had to stop eating, did it? I had to stop eating that. That was too heavy. No life force in it. No, right. I had to change my options. That's what we're talking about. You're going to eat your way to food freedom. So I had to dissolve some stuff to bring forth, didn't I say mind, body, spirit connection? Now we don't need that word spirit now because that sounds too spooky. Mind, body, energy connection. Bringing the energies flowing all together so we can understand what this is about. Some foods do hold a higher energy than others. We can't argue with that now. Eating more bland food works. Matter of fact, oh man, this is something. When I was younger in my early 20s, I didn't know nothing about the health stuff. But anyway, I had gotten in this car accident where I broke my jaw. So I'm like, man, I got to eat soup for 6 weeks, and all that other stuff. So I couldn't take it no more, because I was used to that other diet. So I went to this hamburger place and bought a hamburger, and I put it in a blender and blended it up. I said, whoa, now you're talking, right? So that was my diet, blending burgers up and all of that stuff. But back then, I didn't recognize my health improved. I was at this one place, and I'm up there saying, man, I lost a lot of weight. And somebody said, you really look good. They ain't seen me before. And I'm like, whoa, what are they looking at? So anyway, but where I'm at now, it makes sense. Your digestive system don't have to work as hard when it eats things that's already blanded up. Does this make sense? It takes a lot of energy to break down stuff. So that's why at least chew your food. I picked up that habit when I was in the Navy because, we was in boot camp. And the first day I sat down with my tray, boy, I'm sure hungry. I ain't eaten in a while. Before I was ready to eat, they were like, time to move, up. I said, I ain't eat yet. Everybody else was like that. So next time when we got to the mess hall, guess what everybody was doing? Wasn't playing. And that lasted for years after that. Even when I left boot camp, people were like, what happened to the food? We just sat down. But that causes health problems. At least chew your food. And I was just talking to some woman not too long ago who said, okay, I've been eating fruits and vegetables, but today I got a taste for something heavier. I know where she was going. I got a taste for like a burrito or something. Should I stick here? Should I do it? And I said, well, go get a burrito. She was surprised I was going to say that. But then I said, but make sure you get one. And I said, make sure you chew it. She said, you know me so well. In her mind, she was going to get 3 of them. Right. And all this other stuff. Yeah, you still can enjoy yourself, but now you're going to start bringing some, what? Self-restraint. Some type of temperance. Because your full goal is to bring more of these subtle energies into the body. So you can go off into health. That's how you know. That's how you know the journey. Now, what's the next one?
Assists the body in cleansing itself from toxins and supports the immune system.
Assists the body in cleansing itself. And what was that other one?
And supports the immune system.
And supports the immune system. Your immune system works just fine. Our bodies is doing us such a great... If you're living right now, your body's doing a lot keeping us alive. That's why when you get on the breatharian journey, it's like all glad and happy. The organs can breathe. I was like, man, I was doing all that work so we can stay alive. Okay, I'm with you now. Right. That's all you're doing, bringing the mind-body connection together. It's doing a great work. You might as well pat it on the back. Look in the mirror and say, you've been doing a good job for me. I've been taking you through all that stuff. Right. It's a genie. That's all. See, it's doing 2 things. One thing is obeying universal laws. It's hooked up with the cosmos and all this stuff. It is. But it's also listening to our desires. That's what you want to do. And it does the best it can to try to take us through it. It ain't letting us down. That's what it's doing. So all we're doing is what? Going to assist it. We're going to assist it. You're the assistant helping it. So when I was having this conversation with my body, it is like a little kid. See, if you try to stop eating all at once, there is a starve. People do starve to death. Now, why do we say that? Because we're a program. It's under the last program. So, when you're talking to the body, sometimes it eats itself too fast because it thinks that's what it's supposed to do because it's carrying out your wishes. So you got to kind of what? Help it along to let it know it's okay. That's why it's a process. Don't worry, I ain't going to hurt you. I'll reward you this weekend. Just give me these 3 days. Seriously, like a little kid. And then it will get used to that new cycle. Oh, you gave me what I want this weekend. Okay, now we're going to do another 3 days. No eating. And then after that, I'll give you something else. I'm going to starve you. Oh, okay. And then pretty soon, they'll be ready to please you. I was on a bike trip one time. I was going long distance. Never went that distance before. I asked my body, can we do it? And at the end of the trip, it did it. And it was all, I could feel my organs. It was all happy. I told you I could do it. It was like a little kid. Oh, good job. It can do all types of stuff. You're getting a communication going with yourself. Now, this isn't far-fetched because who's the person you talk to the most? Yourself. I lived by myself one time in this apartment, and somebody thought I was living with somebody else. I mean, they're talking about themselves. You shut up. No, you shut up. I'm tired of you talking to me like that. Right. That's who we're talking to. So on this journey, you really going to be talking to yourself out there. Man. So what's the next one?
Clears the mind and improves focus as you feel grounded and centered.
It clears the mind. And you stay focused. Now, one good thing, see, they do say your intestines is your second stomach. You ever heard of that? Your intestines, your second brain. And that's true. So that's why I tell people I'm a genius. I am a genius. If the energy ain't here, look, And you got clarity of thought. You be thinking of some wild stuff that's out there. You can figure out anything because you hooked up to the cosmos. See, the Akashic records, you are connected to them. You are it. You can figure out any situation because you're consciousness. But the reason why I feel like you're not a genius is because everything's blocked up. But when it opens up, you got clarity of thought. And you can, anything you want to know, it will either come to you or to bring you the right person or the situation to give you what you want to know. Hands down. I'll be figuring out some incredible stuff. You're going from a Homo sapien and you're going to transform into a Homo genius. You can tell people too, arrogantly, I'm a genius. Do you know I'm a genius? Right, they can't deny it. That's where it's at. Because this brain's working, this one's working, and your heart is another brain. We're going to get to that one. Now, what's the other benefit?
Aids better sleep.
Aids better sleep. Now, here we go. Sometimes people will call me. I can't sleep and la, 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 due to acid reflux. I just usually an eater. All I say to them is stop eating at night. And they never called me back. But they was guilty. They was guilty. And I even had a relative one time. We were sleeping in the same room. And they were sleeping and actually got up at the side of the bed. There was some chips over there. Ate the chips and went back to sleep. I said, well, I wonder. Right. Get the food out the room. You know what I'm saying? And all this other good stuff. But see, what makes the daytime different than the night, okay, there's more light out there. We can see this. This is basic 101. So what makes heat seem hotter, the molecules is moving faster. Cold is just that they're moving a little slower. So at night when this light leaves, it's going to get cooler, right? Molecules are just open up another channels. It ain't saying it's good or bad. Not at all. But that's a time too that your body's connected with the external forces, right? So it's better to eat in the daytime when the molecules is running a lot more faster. Because the metabolism is running a lot more faster. At night, just got to give it a break so it can assist you assisting your immune system into the healing process. Did that make sense? We're just trying to. And see how it works for you. Now, I remember I was at this one place and this woman had to challenge me. Here she go. I eat at night all the time. She even had to stand up. So she had a nice body. So she had to show her. I eat at night all the time. I ain't sick. All right, whatever. So the next day at the conference, we're all back. And I'm like, where's she at? Oh, she's at home. She's sick. I said, see? I ain't saying that's where it was from. But this is what we're saying. We're just bringing back some universal practical laws, a principle. It don't matter because you got away with it or think you got away with it 20 times before. It just makes sense that you just keep your body in alignment with the forces so you can have a better day. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, accelerates the body's self-healing ability as you start to return to your natural state.
As you return back to your natural state, accelerate the body's natural healing abilities. You can heal yourself. That's a powerful thing, ain't it? That's the most powerful thing you can learn is to heal yourself. There ain't a sickness out of here should be able to take you out. Serious. You take yourself out. People dying because of inner energy, self-destruction. That's why they got that title called Preventable Diseases. Liver ailments, cancer, strokes, diabetes. Those are preventable. They didn't have to happen. They could have been prevented. And I always say this one from my friend. Somebody said, but it runs in my family. And she used to say, well, that's the point. Nobody's running in your family. Y'all get it? Right. You can heal yourself. That's a powerful thing. So when I used to weigh 190 and was sick and I healed myself, I did that. That's powerful. Didn't have to get no membership nowhere. It was self-knowledge. Bringing myself back in alignment. And it was fun. See, that's the thing about it too. We get these diet changes and this other stuff and we want to make it hard. And then all you're going to do is go into this binging act and feel down and all. You ain't got to do all that. You understand? Take your time. So even when I used to teach live and raw foods, I didn't expect a person to go from one diet into just eating the fruits and vegetables like that. We ain't saying that. First, you might start out with a live and raw food weekend. Right, till you get to enjoy it. get to learn into it. And then, add another day on, all this other good stuff. And then if you are alive on raw foods, you might want a weekend when you eat the acidic foods. Oops, did I say that? Yeah. You ain't got to beat up on yourself. It's an experience. Oh, man. You can have fun instead of excluding yourself. Because I was at this one place in the Canary Islands, so I'm teaching the Breatharian message, being user-friendly. So the Fruitarian community was there, and the leader was there. Yeah, but why would you go backwards? And here he goes, blah, 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 blah. But as he saw me talking on this user-friendly love message, pretty soon he had to admit, well, a couple of weeks ago I did order pizza. Then I ordered 2. What was that, Elitom? This is where we at. You're not made to be too hard on yourself. We're creatures of pleasures and habits. This is a pleasure atmosphere we're in. I don't mean to harm yourself, but you should always seek the best place, what? To give you health, joy, happiness, peace. We're just figuring out and tuning in on what it is. This is good, ain't it? Your body's resilient. It knows how to get rid of stuff. Like I had to tell people, my digestive system still works. This ain't no clean environment we in. I was telling them I was driving a moped, I swallowed some bugs one day. Does that mean it's going to stay in my system? My digestive system going to get rid of it sooner or later. That's what happens. Man. Now, what's the next one? Well, wait a minute. The natural healing ability in the body. So we are nature. So we talk about the 5 elements. We got the what? The fire, the earth, the air, the water. But this is all working right here. The earth, the skin and the bone, the water, the blood and the lymph that's flowing. We got the fire. We're 98.6 degrees inside. I forgot how hot they are in Europe. What is it, 95? It's another system. But anyway, that's hot inside. If it was a hot day out there like right now, that's hot inside of you. So your body always do a homeostasis process to try to keep that temperature. It go too far over that temperature, we got a fever. You feel sick. Or if it go under it, you feel sick. But it always try to maintain that heat. But that heat that's inside of us, we're going to talk more about that later. That's what you're going to use for your healing. You already got it. All right.
Helps to relieve pain and supports the physical body in healing.
Help to relieve the pain and supports the body in healing. To relieve the pain. What pain? We could go all day long with that one. But when you're dealing with the breatharian journey, you're going to get healthier, and it's going to help relieve the pain by leaving heavier foods alone, meditating, exercising, backing up from the table more. Your body will get energetically stronger. It's guaranteed. It's going to get stronger. Perfect practice make perfect. You just have to stay into the system. Don't go too fast and put enough pressure where you ain't going too slow. Just stay right there where you're happy. And when you feel you're comfortable on this level of knowledge, you could tweak something else. Add another day. You ain't got to go fast. This is what it's about again. All right, what's the next one?
Helps spiritual growth and emotional cleansing.
Now they're putting spiritual growth with emotional cleansing. Before they put the emotions with the physical body, remember? Now they're using a play on words. Now they're putting the emotions with the spirit. Remember I told you it's all one? So if a person's real emotional, that means that their energy is off. The spirit is off. Your emotionals, you start getting a handle on it. Your physical body, you start getting a handle on it. Your energy, you got a handle on it. That's what we're talking about. And the end result and the byproduct is going to be good health. Yes, you can measure where you're at. This making sense? Hey, it's user-friendly. Man, this is good. Any questions? I know you got a lot. I'll be covering them as I go, don't I? And we got another one? Or?
There's 2 more.
All right.
Complements medical treatments and other therapies.
It complements medical treatments and other therapies. Now, a lot of people come to my retreat, of course, they got some type of medical problem, some type of medication. Should I come? Should I be there? Should I take it? Work with your doctor. In other words, go please the doctor. See, when I was overweight and I went to the doctor, he threw me some high blood pressure pills. He ain't even had to check up on me. He looked at me. It spoke for itself. He was in the same predicament. Right, he was built like an olive. So we were both. So, but I never opened up those high blood pressure pills because I learned about changing my diet. I learned about, that was me. So when I went through my journey and went back there, you understand, I was working with him. I went to go do my checkup again. All the numbers came, and he didn't have to give me no more high blood pressure pills. Work with your doctor. So whatever you're taking, you're doing, you understand. You ain't got to break away and be stubborn like that, because a lot of people, even though holistic medicine sound good, your mind probably ain't there yet to really do it. You understand? So that's why don't be mad at the medical professional when they say, all they got to do is tell us to do this. They know you ain't going to do it. We might as well go ahead and say it. So it's up to you to go do it. So all my numbers checked out. It wasn't like he was rubbing his hands saying, I'm going to get Elitom this time. This is a conspiracy. Whoop, all the numbers checked out. What are you doing? He asked me questions. Well, I did this, because he's still built like an olive. So I'm walking around and saying, yeah, and I did this and I did that. Right. I need to start doing that. It's a human being. That's what we're dealing with. So we're helping each other. And back then, 20 years ago, of course, they had the old food pyramid on the wall. You know, the meats, the dairy, this, that. Now, about 3 years ago, I was at this place where I went into the medical doctor's office, and they had the food pyramid on the wall, but they had the meat-free diet. See how everything upgraded? So this is a paradigm shift taking place. Some people got the memo faster than others, that's all. This is good, ain't it? We're moving all along. So what's the next one?
You can learn Reiki yourself.
You can learn Reiki yourself. You can learn Breatharian yourself. That's what we're saying. I just give you the keys. You got all the keys right now. I'm giving them to you. You already know this. You knew what it was. You just needed somebody to confirm it. Make it real. Oh, I'm not crazy. Absolutely not. See, there was a time, like I told you back 20 years ago in my area, this knowledge wasn't there at all. It was hard for a vegan to get through there, you know? But now, it's all across the board. And that was back where I came from. The meatless diet on the wall. Everybody talk about fasting, intermittent fasting, looking at their health. Now I maintain 120. Now back then they were saying when I was 160, you lost too much weight, let us pray for you. Now they saying all of a sudden I look good. Where'd that come from? Because everybody see the benefits over a period of time. You understand? So when you're working with this journey, it's a lifestyle, it's an everyday thing. You got to commit to yourself as a lifestyle. It ain't no, I do this, this, and this to this time period and we let go. That's what we do all the time. You ever see somebody lose a lot of weight, they was feeling good, and then all of a sudden they gained it all back, they went back to that old mindset. This is a lifestyle change. And it benefit not only you, it help your families, because it's rough. If one person goes sick in the family, that puts stress on everybody else. You helping the whole family so they ain't got to put up with you. You all right? Oh man, family, friends, you helping them. You showing them an example. See, the best teacher is by example. It ain't got nothing to do with come out of your mouth. Everybody watching you. I'm looking at you. You sit up there transforming. Ain't caring about what nobody's saying. But this is where you're working with. You could become a breatharian too. You already one. Because we got the 3 treasures of life. Eating, we know that one good. We're professionals. Drinking, and breathing. You'll die without breathing a lot quicker than you would eating or drinking. And right now we're living in such a good user-friendly age. You can take advantage of it. The information is all out there. They got all types of different types of breath work. You specialize in breath work. That's his bread and butter. Now I specialize in the Qigong. Now they're 2 different systems of thought, but they're the same system of thought. See how we look at it? They're energy exercises. That's just one way to pull the energy. I'm just using another method. But at the end, the yin and yang is there. This person learned how to breathe, and that one learned how to channel energy. Ta-da! So that's why you got to find a meditation that you really like to do. Because people say, what type of meditation? Find what you really like to do. Right now I'm doing chanting because, I'm with this group down there, and that's what they're doing. And at first I was like, I said, well, let me go see. Now I'm liking it. It's going through my head. I'm going to need all the time. But anyway, but that's what it's all about. It should be designed to break up blockages. The breath work, the pranayamas, oh man, they're powerful. All of that breath, your lungs is like bellows, oxygenating the blood, getting the blood flow, breaking up. It do everything that we just read on there. It does. And how do you know it's working? Your health will improve. You'll feel a lot more better thinking-wise, all this stuff. And you stick with it, see what'll happen. That's what we're saying. Let's don't do it on a workshop or a retreat. Get you a practice and see what happens and monitor yourself 3 months from now. I did that challenge I got a video showing the 100-day challenge. And there was a woman who carried it out too. She came to one of my retreats and she had this book. Over 100 days, she monitored herself on channeling energy in her meditation. Helped her so much. And she was looking good too. This is what it did. So you can see the energy grow. And once you know how much power you have on channeling these energies, you know without a shadow of a doubt you can be food free. Dense food is just an energy. You got more subtle energies out here. It ain't far-fetched. Wow. So when we look at these pictures now, the pictures with a person with the 7 chakras, and we looked at that, is so beautiful. That's all about you. That's all it's talking about. Look at this. All it is ain't nothing blocking it. The energy flowing right up the spinal cord. I ain't got to try no more. It's doing it, just connection. It stays like that. Wow. Of course I put something there, I'm going to feel it. Here we go now. It changes the whole organism. Not doing mean I'm going to die? No. The body will get rid of it, just like a snake. You ever see a snake eat? He got this big bulge in him? Because one time when me and my son was together, and I ain't eating a while, and he was ready to go, and I said, well, yeah, let's eat a going away meal. And I was eating all these chips, tearing them up, right? And I ate a lot of chips too, because I ain't eaten in a while. So anyway, but after he left, I was like a snake. I was sitting there saying, well, what do they call this serpent knowledge? And I couldn't sleep either. Oh man, answer reflex because I was still eating chips like a cow. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait till this get out. But by the morning, right. But I paid the price for what I did. Ain't no use of crying about it. I had a good time when it was going down. But it ain't last long. See, your immune system, when you do without food over long periods of time, there's a fire inside of you. It gets so strong that the food don't last that long. So by the morning, I was feeling good again. Everything was coming out. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. It'll come right out, but that's what you're doing. You're fanning the flame, keeping the fire going. Watch what you put on the fire. It's already in you. This is some good information, ain't it? So I just had to tweak you into it. And see, that's why we're so powerful, because I was in the ashram in India teaching, it was a Kriya Yoga. And they got 7 different levels of Kriya Yoga. The 3rd level is basically food freedom. Now, yoga's popular all over the planet. You might say, well, I know a lot of people do yoga. You know, the studios all over the place, you know. I didn't see nobody food free. So that's why I had to question them. What y'all do? Y'all rip that page out the book? Somebody forgot that part. But it don't say breatharianism. All it does is say, what? Food and drink will decrease. Hunger will decrease. Hunger will go down and you shouldn't even feel it. You should be healthy at that time. Because what? Food freedom is the prerequisite. It's a smaller city power to the bigger powers. How you going to tap into the wider thing of consciousness if you're still thinking about dinner time when you're meditating? The mind distracted. But when you done conquered that, you open up to something else. That's all awesome, ain't it? Now you really can go on pilgrimage. When I went to the Morocco, up on the Atlas Mountains, I ain't had to take no food. So I'm up there, I'm really into meditation. I had to sit up there saying, man, I got to climb back down a mountain, go get something to eat. I should have brought it up here. I had to think that. Where should I put the food for the animals? Now the thing about it, the other people who was trekking up the mountain, they had more food and water than they had their belongings. All I had was a backpack. I'll be down later. It lightens you up. It ups your game. And then I would have never thought about living in the cave. I was living in one of the Canary Islands if I was still eating. But now I'm sitting there, I'm living in heaven. I'm in a cave. I'm looking out over the Atlantic Ocean. I was yodeling. I was in heaven. They need no stove, no refrigerator. How you going to get the electricity up there, a generator? They had to think on those levels no more. It's over. You're more self-sufficient. And like we said, this is a skill. It depends how you want to use the skill. Now, I don't mean you got to go all your life without eating. It depends what you want. Some people want to take it further, some don't. Maybe you might do that 20 years from now. See, my son's a breatharian, he's 21. Now, he's 21. Now, people say, do we still eat? Well, of course, he's a 21-year-old. There's foods he ain't even take to eat yet. See, I had a thing one time, and I tell this a lot. Here I am, I was walking down the street, and I'm feeling good being food-free. Boom, 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 boom. But I walked past this sushi restaurant. I never ate sushi before. I wonder what that tastes like. So what pops in my head, there's no way in the world I'm going to be here living on planet Earth and don't know what sushi tastes like. That's what you're doing. I'm going to go have that experience. So when I taste one, guess what? I loved it. So I spent a whole week in that restaurant eating sushi. Now, when it was over, that's what we got to really look at life. These are experiences you having. It ain't you. You ain't stuck there. Once I had the experience, I could put it down. I don't need to taste sushi no more. I'm clear. I'm crystal clear. And then I was talking to somebody about, what's that drink called? Ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca, yeah.
Right. So he told me about ayahuasca. Okay, I did that before, blah, blah, blah. He wanted to have this conversation. I did that before already. I had the experience. But I had to say to him right now, I'm having another experience. There's nothing better for me than a pure mind. I'm in consciousness. I'm living in heaven right now. I understand that. And I'm looking at him, have your experience. But I'm looking at his physical body. Yeah, you was up there in cloud 9 somewhere, but you back stuck in that body. He's sitting there holding his back, trying to talk to me. A blockage was taking place. I should have did Reiki on him, huh? That's what we're talking about. It's just having life experiences. You can pick them up and put them back down. You ain't talking about nothing bad. And then when you don't want to do nothing, you can, and you can go have another experience altogether. And that's what I'm having. On the way up here, I was walking from LA to San Francisco, huh? Rolling. All my belongings on my back. You can do that now. That's how you're thinking. And you healthy. You know you can do it. I was averaging 30 miles a day. The body shit. Food will slow you down. What did you eat on the way? That'll slow you down because the energy there got to go to the food, digest it, you got to pain. Yeah, you're going to feel it. You're trying to walk. Better not to do it. See, oh man, this is good, ain't it? We got so much to filter here. But this is what we're talking about, taking it from myth to reality. And somebody once said, well, you can't do it in this environment. You got to be in the Himalayas somewhere. Well, guess what? I was in the Himalayas teaching a retreat. The sadhus and stuff, they was coming to see me. See, again, it's self-knowledge. It really ain't where you at. You got the knowledge, you can do it. You understand? Now, nobody's arguing that there's some environments that are more nutritious than others. You follow me? However, when you got the knowledge, it's just all energy. You got the power to straighten it out. So back where I used to live, okay, back then, it was hard being a breatharian coming out of here when I was first starting. But back then, now I walk through here, it ain't nothing. I've been doing this 20 years, been around, ain't nothing pulling at me no more. You done broke those addictions. You broke those chains. Wow. All you got to do is be patient on yourself and keep working. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do some attunement with some energies. We're going to work with some Qigong. But in the meantime, y'all can take 5-minute break, 10.
Sure.
What time you at?
Let's see. It's 11:30.
I'll be talking, don't I? So y'all got to stop me sometime. The people, right. I be doing retreats and stuff, and pretty soon I'll be seeing people doing this, and I'm thinking they into it. We got to use the bathroom all the time over. And I'm like, oh, man, we get to rolling. But anyway, yeah, let's take a half hour.
That long?
No, 15.
15.
10.
Oh, was this a lunch break or just a stretch break?
If you have a break, maybe just go into the break and then we go for the break.
Okay.
If you have a break that is planned, you can go to the break.
Do you want to do some energy work?
Yeah, let's do some energy.
All right, let's just take a quick 10-minute break then to stretch, use the bathroom, we'll do whatever people need to do, and then we'll come back and
Right.
do energy.
Absolutely.
Okay,
We worked that out.
great.
Great job. That was hard on me. I was like, let's go back and forth. I'd have lost the track of time. Voila.
Excellent, brother.